Greetings and welcome to another episode of Q Points Podcast. I am DJ Sir Daniel.
And my name is J. Ray, sometimes known by my government as Johnny Ray Cornegay III. And Sir Daniel, we are about to give it up to one of the biggest girl groups of all time.
That's right. Earlier this month, we celebrated the 34th anniversary of Oooooooohhh on the TLC tip. Came out in 1992, March of 1992. And J. Ray, I can tell you, I can vividly remember how I was shifted when I'm trying to remember if it was BET. I really believe it was American Music Makers, hosted by Arnell Starr, God rest his soul, here in Atlanta. And I just remember seeing the Ain't Too Proud to Beg video and just being completely struck by how vibrant and colorful and animated these three young ladies were, because you can tell they were grown, but you didn't know how grown.
Right.
And they represented almost every shade of Black girl that there was. They looked different, but they definitely melded together to form this super group that we know as TLC.
Yeah, TLC showing up on the screen. So first and foremost, I think it's important to recognize that at that time in 1992, there was nothing else that sounded like what they were doing. So what Dallas Austin had done is kind of almost created a wall of sound. So you have all of these things happening as musically, but then you have this little voice that is cutting through on top of all of that in Left Eye. Yo, mic check, 1 2 1 2. You know, that's coming in over this, and you're like, what is going on? And then you have Left Eye kind of introducing the group to us. Yep. In a lot of ways. And then you get T-Boz, who sounds like nothing I'd ever heard before. And then by the time you get to the hook and you hear Chili, you're like, wait, so we got like a R&B girly, and we got like this funk deep voice thing happening, and we got this like rapper girl, and they're got condoms on, like their glasses, and doing a lot. And it was like beautiful and inspirational.
So just what you described just reminded me of Spencer Gifts. Remember Spencer Gifts back in the 90s?
It was like exploded on them.
On the television screen. It was like big floppy hats, big oversized glasses. It was all the hijinks that young people, like at my age, I was 16 when that came out. And it caught my attention because it had all of those hijinks in it. But at the same time, 1992, you know, I'm listening to a lot of underground rap on the local underground hip hop radio stations here in Atlanta. And here these three girls come, because at this moment, we've got our staple women groups. You know, Salt and Pepper is doing their thing.
Yeah.
At this point, they've crossed over. You've got your Queen Latifahs, Lights, your Monies, all kind of in their lane, doing their thing. But these guys, you're like, wait a minute, are they a rap group? Are they a singing group? You know, what is this? And we were Babyface and LA and Babyface decided to give it to us all. But what I found so interesting was their backstory and finding out that they were, one by one, they were discovered. You know, Crystal Jones, who was the actual originator of the group, was holding auditions to create a girl group. And, you know, T-Boz and Lisa were selected to be in this group. And the legends have it that around people knew Tion because she worked at, you know, this salon as a shampoo girl. And it reminds me of that time in Atlanta history where you were only separated by a person. They said 6 degrees, but people were a lot more accessible back then, because this hair salon saw the likes of all the real housewives of Atlanta before there were real housewives of Atlanta, women that had money, black women that had money and means, and were getting their hair done.
Yeah.
And so, which one of them was Pebbles? And we got to give it up to Sister Perry, for
Gotta give it up
having
to her.
for having the insight and seeing something in these young ladies and putting them together. And it really did change the trajectory of how people put together groups, the incorporating, because by this time Mary J. Blige was already Mary J. Blige.
Right.
But she was a solo. But she had married, hip hop and R&B. TLC came along and did the same thing and took it to another level. And for a group.
Yeah.
So I think that needs to be mentioned as well. And the debut album still knocks to this day.
Yes.
What's super interesting about the album and what I always notice is there's a gang of samples, J-Ray.
Yeah.
Every song has like a mountain of samples. And God, I don't know how they got any money back on it after all those samples, but it created a groundwork for them. It created a launching pad for Dallas Austin. Of course, the relationship with Jermaine Dupri, who we know what Jermaine Dupri, his legacy is now. And of course, LA and Face and Daryl.
Daryl Simmons.
Daryl Simmons.
Yeah.
That album cemented them even further and had rappers and singers alike kind of wanted to work with all of these producers. So, and we have TLC to thank for that.
Yeah, and it's so interesting that you mentioned that. And this, at the time, LaFace was still a new label. So by the time Ooh on the TLC tip comes out, we are in year 2 of kind of LaFace. So this is still LaFace 1.0, right? Which included, and we talked about this, so y'all go and definitely check out our show that we did about Pink, because we talk about some of the artists that you don't think about that were signed to LaFace Records. And we talked about LaFace 2.0 a lot in there, but you had groups like Jermaine Jackson was on LaFace at the beginning. You have Damian Dame. You have these and TLC, right? That are showing up, and Tony Braxton is coming. You know what I mean? So this label in Atlanta is now redefining what's possible for hip hop, the sound of hip hop, and what you can kind of do with it, as well as for girl groups. Now, I am curious, Sir Daniel, because we were having the conversation and I had forgotten about this, but you were like, oh, after Ain't Too Proud to Beg comes out, you also remember that I've seen those girls before.
Right. So that's the funny thing about the music game, the music business aspect. And we mentioned Pebbles taking on T-Boz and Left Eye, because at this point, Crystal Jones left the group.
Yeah.
She was no longer a part of the group, but Pebbles still wanted to do something with these two girls. And back then, if you were under the wing of a professional singer, R&B artist who was already doing videos and whatnot, they took you everywhere.
Yes.
They put you in the videos. And I remember seeing T-Boz and Left Eye in Pebbles' backyard video featuring Salt and Pepper.
Yep.
And you can see they weren't T-Boz, they didn't have the all of the Ooh on the TLC tip garb that they had on. They were very stripped back, ponytails, the whole nine. So it was like, oh, wait a minute, there they go. And at that point, there was no Chili, because Chili hadn't been found yet. And so I just remember seeing that. And another thing, J-Ray, did you know that a certain girl group out of New York that was dropping maybe a month or so after this Ooh on the TLC tip album was going to name themselves TLC?
Who?
That would be Taj, Lily, and Coco. Famously, they tell the story about the fact that they almost were named TLC, but then of course, Ooh on the TLC tip drops and word gets back, and they're like, oh, okay, we got to go in another direction, which is fine, which we're glad happened, because we like SWV for them anyway.
Yeah.
And they And it's like, so we have, and think about it, we were so lucky in
Yeah.
1992. 19, y'all don't understand how blessed we were musically in 1992 to have all of this stuff coming at one
Yeah.
time, music wise, and being in Atlanta. If you were in Atlanta at that moment, it was like you could feel it. It was
Yeah.
palpable, the bubbling of something new happening here in this city, music wise.
Yeah. I remember. Actually, well, this is a connection to TLC too. It was definitely all the organized noise production, and I think I've talked
Yeah.
about this on the show before, that attracted me to like, what is this place that I must go to? And I remember when I first got to Atlanta in 1997 was the first time I came to the city, and my friend Mitchell's sister, who was living there at the time, she's still there actually. She was driving us around but playing local radio. And I was literally listening like, who's that? And she's like, oh, that's Witch Doctor. Who's that? That's like so and so.
Yep.
And it was like, what? What is all of this sound? TLC helped to bring all of us from all over the place and be like, I want to go to Atlanta because this is able to happen in this spot. And I as we celebrate TLC, I think not only do they do all of these important things musically, because we get their classic three with Ooh on the TLC tip and Crazy Sexy Cool and Fan Mail become like these forks in the road about what people can do. They also become poster children for here is how the music industry takes advantage of their artists.
Oh yes.
And here is how you can take control of the narrative and take control of your money, quite frankly. And I think that's important. So I do want to talk about that in a second, but we can't not talk about album one. It's colorful, everything is color and all of this, and then we get album two and Creep shows up and you're like, wait, okay, all right, this is sexy and beautiful, which of course is not the original video. The original video for Creep,
God.
y'all,
I can't believe I can remember when you showed it to me. I was like, "What is this?
What is this, honey?" It was given very
I was like, "Oh, somebody took a camcorder and recorded this." But okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. But I want to honor the fact that these women, even though they still had the same three components, were able to shift and mature, I'm using that in quotes, y'all, the sound in a way that still felt authentic to them and still took us in a new musical direction. Because Crazy Sexy Cool, of course, sends them out of here as far as success.
Yeah, I think they're a testament to growth and redefining yourself as an artist as your life parallels your artistry. You know, like I said, when they first came out, they were grown,
yeah,
but they didn't look grown. You know what I'm saying? I felt like they might have been. I could have seen them in high school along with me, which a lot of people take to use to their advantage in entertainment, because you always want to appear younger than you really are.
Yeah,
because we're obsessed with youth. But anyway, what Crazy Sexy Cool allowed them to do, to your point, was to tap into their womanhood and show you, oh yes, there's actually women underneath these baggy clothes. Because we saw a peak of that in the Hat to the Back video, where they actually take off their baggy clothes and people see, oh, they're bodied underneath these big clothes. They're chiseled,
right?
You know, flat stomachs. They're womanly, and I'm pretty certain that as because they were women, they were individuals, very powerful individuals, felt like, you know what, I'm ready to shed this. Let's do something new, and it worked to their advantage. Fearlessness is a lesson that you learn from Crazy Sexy Cool, because from what we got in that first album, we weren't expecting this. You couldn't have told me that they would have gone in this direction for the second album, and it worked to their benefit. And I think that's a lesson that TLC is teaching artists to this day
Yeah.
about growth and not being afraid to grow.
Yeah, and I think I absolutely agree. And I think the other lesson, and this is for every new artist, because it still happens today, Sir Daniel, and that's mind blowing to me. I get it and I don't get it. You must read them contracts, or if you don't understand legalese, you need to get somebody to sit with these contracts and read them. So TLC is absolutely a product of the old music industry, right? So here's a quick lesson. I'm about to sound like Left Eye for a second. The quick lesson is that this oftentimes new artists would get signed to a production deal, right? So you would basically, if you were like talented and you wanted to like get put on in the music industry, some producer locally would find you, right? And be like, I'm going to work with you. So I am going to sign you to a production deal so that then I could make songs for you and I could do all the things. But also oftentimes what it gave them the ability to do was to shop you
Right.
to record labels, right? So they would do the demo, they would do all the stuff, and then they would take it out, and they would get the group signed, but the group themselves weren't signed. The production company was signed. You were signed to the production company. So you've already now added a layer.
Right.
So in TLC's case, of course, they were signed to Pebbytone, which was Pebble's management company and her production company. Pebbytone signs with LaFace. LaFace is signed to Arista. You see how this thing trickles down, and I'm sure there's like a BMG at the very top. Like, so there's lots of layers between where the money is coming in and TLC. TLC is at the bottom.
It's like a flow chart. It's like literally a flow chart. And I think the best way to describe it is that record labels are pretty much banks.
Yeah.
They're pretty much banks. And what they do is they give out loans.
Yes.
They give out loans to, like, to your point, to production companies. And the production company is like, hey, this is an asset that I have. Yes. Like you would do if you're applying for a loan. This is what I have. This is an asset that I have that I think can reproduce or grow the money that you're going to give me. So give me a chance here, and I will make this happen for you if you give us this amount of money. Yep. But what does the record label want? The bank wants full control over everything. They want to recoup, which is the most important word in music industry history. They want to recoup everything that they've invested into that production company, into those artists. Every single thing. It's like going to the hospital. If they give you a Tylenol, best believe there's going to be a $500 Tylenol on that invoice when you are billed at the end of your stay. Ooh. And so, like you said, I think that video of Lisa Left Eye breaking down, do you want to know how we became the #1 selling group in the world and still remain, broke? Here's how we do it. Get your calculators out.
Yep.
If you are a professor or an accounting professor, it doesn't necessarily have to be music business oriented. If you are an accounting professor, anyone that teaches about money and the flow of money with respect to just capitalism in general, that is the perfect example that you can give and make it a part of your syllabus. I'm telling you right now, get that clip and have it ready to roll in your classroom, because it's still powerful to this day.
Yep.
It mimics what's happening to us right now in this world, where we're trying to figure out why we have to pay $5 for a carton of eggs.
Exactly.
I see what you did there.
Exactly. No, and I think as we examine the career of TLC, so they're not only these um this group that helped to expand the way particularly black music and the pop charts interacted at the time, right? They become this like really big group, the biggest girl group of all time, right? And the sound, but they also become a teacher of the business of music, because us as the listeners do have to sit with, how do these women that just sold all of these records that are literally playing out stadiums all over the world? You look at the Digging on You video, and that was, I think, the concert video, and there's like thousands upon thousands of people that they are playing to, and you're like, oh my God, they are huge. They must be rich. They were not rich. Apparently, it was $50,000 checks for each of them or something crazy. It was not a lot of money for what they were doing, for the industry and for black folks in music at the time. So they're not only important for the impact on music, but the impact on music business and how artists are treated.
And also how they're perceived, because what also happened is that the individuals became, I don't want to say they weren't parodies, but the mythology behind each one of them had some type of looming aspect of their personal lives that became bigger than the actual music. Like, of course, we are well familiar with how Lisa's life played out in front of us.
Yeah.
From the Andre Rison incident to the way that she left the world.
Yep.
There's that. Then, of course, we have Tion, who is experiencing major medical conditions, unbeknownst to us, but then has to come out because it's literally killing her.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we have Chili's personal life, which becomes fodder for everybody, everyone in the music industry, in music industry journalism. So not only are they a textbook lesson of the business of music, but also how the world wants their pound of flesh from you as well when it comes to your personal life, and how your life is no longer yours. Now, I will give them, I want to say this, I want them to have this credit as well. Those three women kind of took matters into their own hands.
They really did.
Which is what artists sometimes have to do. And you hear about old school artists taking to street methods to get some respect as well. That's how women have to make history, is sometimes they literally have to pull out the hammer on you and say, nah, we're not doing this today.
I want for us to spend some time honoring Lisa for a second, and honoring, to your point, the fact that these women continued, that Tion and Chili continued and wanted to make sure that they continue to honor the memory of Lisa. So starting with Lisa, first and foremost, who not only, of course, is a fascinating figure, but also moved in the music industry in this really interesting way. So there was almost the solo Left Eye record that was supposed to come from Death Row. There was like that whole thing. There was, of course, Left Eye being the conduit for like other groups. So we have the rap group Quo, Left Eye played a part there. We have
Illegal.
Blaque, we have Illegal, and all of these groups. Oh, it was Illegal, not Quo. But we have all of these groups that Left Eye is kind of like molding and helping to shepherd through the industry in a lot of ways, but it's really behind the scenes. Like, you don't know necessarily that she's doing it, but she's playing like this role of like, hey, here's what I know, you're dope, here's how we can make this thing happen. And I want to honor that beauty about her creativity. Her creativity was not just rapping and doing all of this other stuff. She wanted to create art in any way that it showed up. And what's interesting, I think, about the music industry post Left Eye's passing is we realize the impact that she played in how Black women were creating after her death. Like, we can definitely say, nah, this woman was like a special creation. And she gave permission for women to show up in these different ways. So I just want to honor that for a second.
Yeah, she reminds me of like a Shakespearean character from what is the imp character, the fairy-like character in Midsummer Night's Dream that narrates the Midsummer Night's Dream, but she's everywhere.
Yeah.
And she's a little mischievous, but like she's always she's talented and creative. Yes, she brought those groups to the forefront, but let's not forget about her features.
Oh my God,
the features are crazy. That to this day, and my DJs know this. If you play Donald Jones, you know what's up, and
you better play that Left Eye part.
Version, it's curtains for you. It's clipped for you if you don't play that version. Every party I'm about to go, I'm spinning a party. I'm probably going to play the Not Tonight remix from Lil' Kim. That's got a fantastic verse from Left Eye on it, and the list goes on. And she's just I mean, she truly was, like you said, art embodied and wanted to manifest that while she was here on this earth. Remember, don't forget the Supernova project that only came out overseas. You can get that some places. It's really, I think I have one of the 12 inches here.
I have.
You have super. Yeah, it's one of those things that, like, if you have it, you have it.
Yeah.
And yeah, we don't know. Wow, her full potential was unrecognized, or well, not fully realized, I would say. And then I think you also see how important she was to the group in the fact that the industry was like, okay, you've had enough time to grieve. We need to move on.
Which is crazy.
But creatively, Tion and Chili will tell you to this day, those things didn't take off. Those projects didn't do what they were supposed to do, because the main spice, the main ingredient to what we are, that made us, is no longer here. It reminds me of that first time that they made an appearance after Lisa's passing at that MTV award show, and they literally couldn't say anything because that was the first time they came out on stage together as a duo.
Yeah,
and they were visibly shaken because it was like, oh my God, it's only two of us.
Yeah.
Imagine looking to your left or your right, thinking you're going to see your sister, and they're not there. And they had been through it by then. They all had their own personal beefs with each other. But still,
family is family.
Family is family. Yeah.
Family is family. And I think that's the big thing, is despite the fact that basically Left Eye called them all out, we gonna all do solo projects and we gonna see who wins the thing. Because you know how Left Eye did her thing.
Yeah.
And yes, right. Yes, that was messy. Yes, these women were in a weird spot. And at the same time, that was their sister. Like TLC, it's in the name. You know what I mean? There is no TLC without the three of them. And so I want to give T-Boz and Chili credit for, there's always the spirit of Lisa Left Eye Lopez is always in everything that they do. So whenever they hit the stage, whenever they are somewhere, that spirit of Lisa is always part of the product, because it is who TLC is. And the industry will say a lot of stuff about their impact post Lisa's passing. And I think what's most important is, one, these women had already made history. You can't take that away from them.
Can't unwrite that. Nope.
You can't unwrite it. It already happened. And we in 2026 are sitting here still honoring that impact. And there's going to be little girls that see the Ain't Too Proud to Beg video in 2027, they're 6, and this comes on their screen, they are literally going to do the same thing that we did in 1992 when we saw it, because that is still groundbreaking. There's nobody that looks like TLC today, and you just can't recreate that. That was magic.
You cannot. I think we did a good job honoring them.
Yeah. Thank y'all so much for, of course, hanging out with us as we honor TLC. It's Women's History Month. Y'all know how we do. We give it up for Women 365 around here. We're just, doing some special stuff for this particular month. But what you can do to support Q Points, wherever you are listening, wherever you are watching, subscribe. That is amazing. Share the show with your friends, family, and colleagues. If you were into this, let us know. Let us know what your memories of TLC are. What do you remember experiencing when you first saw them? Drop a comment or hit us up on the DMs. Become a member. Q Points does not happen without the support of all of y'all. You can become a member of Q Points, and that gives you access to watch all of our live replays. That gives you some additional content that you can check out for us, and it really does support the work that we're doing. So if you're into it, become a member, and we would appreciate it. Shop our store at store.qpoints.com. Check us out on Substack, and listen, we appreciate y'all. We love y'all.
We absolutely do. And what do I say every week? In this life, you have a choice. You can either pick up the needle or let the record play. I am DJ Sir Daniel.
And my name is J Ray, y'all. Peace.
And this has been Q Points Podcast, dropping the needle on Black music history. We will see you on the next go round. And that's on the Q Points pod tip.
I love that you did that. Peace, y'all.